For those of you that don't know me, will know, or that don't know me, I am the biggest Apple person in South Africa. Okay? Not Apple, banana, Apple, cell phone, Apple. Every year I watch or stream the live event from America, and then I have to wait, it feels like forever, until that launch date comes to South Africa. Now the morning eventually arrived. Coffee in the one hand, bag with outdated accessories in the other hand, and I'm on my way to the service provider. Only problem is, every year I pick the same service provider. Okay, that's where my contract is, but I go to the same store, let's call it store A. By the time I get there 6 a.m. in the morning, okay, yeah, that's how big Apple fan I am, they only open at 7, there's like 20 people in a queue. And I have to upgrade my contract, so that means they take, how long do they normally take for a contract? That's exactly what I'm saying. So 20th in the queue, what time am I going to get my cell phone? 3 o'clock the next morning. So that's a big problem. By that time, I'm not going to get the color that I want. I'm not going to get the model that I want. I don't care if it can phone. That's besides the point. It's all about beauty, okay? It doesn't matter about the rest of the things. This year, I decided to go to a different store, which is 5 k's away from the other store. Got there at 6 a.m., no one in the queue. So I'm standing there wondering, what's going on? What went wrong? Do I have the launch date wrong? Typical GIS nerd in me sit there and wonder, yeah, clearly 5 k's away, it can't make that big a difference. Maybe it's because they only have a Wimpy and not a Starbucks. Maybe it's because you have to pay for parking at the mall. Okay, people don't want to pay $1 for a 20,000 rand iPhone. I don't know, R1 is just way too much then. Or maybe it's because it's a much older store. So, sat there and decided, let's do some analysis. Let's go to the service provider, because they are one of our clients, and go and ask them, do you have the same problem? 2 stores, one is doing 500 transactions a day, another one is doing only 5 transactions a day. And again, the 5K radius. So I got all their data. That data included the store size, for instance, how old they are, what mall, is it a strip mall? Strip mall is not where you go and take your, strip mall is like a mall like that, okay, that's what strip mall is, or a normal mall or an office park. So I took all the data that they gave me, plus some demographics data, daytime population, nighttime population, age gap, everything, and I've got this huge database. Big problem is, I think this is typical how we do all our projects, or me, and I'm sure most of the people out there. We've got all this data, but we don't know where to start. We don't know what to do with it. Luckily for me, my new favorite tool in the Esri software is the forest regression. Don't you like my beautiful tree? It's so pretty. I Googled forest regression and came up with these models that only the previous Okie will understand, and the rest of us, or like me, it's way too difficult. I'm not an actuary. So what a forest regression will do, you give it all this data, you go and say, I want to know, why is this store making more profit or more transactions than another store? So I threw in all the data there, and instead of me sitting there, remember I thought it's because you have to pay for parking, or because it's a Wimpy, put all this in there, and it come back and it ranks my variables. It will tell me, listen, it's actually because it's got more salespeople, or maybe this, or maybe that. But we can do regression analysis with other packages as well. What are we all about? Why are we here? What is that one big word, why are we all here? Location, 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 okay? So I don't want to just go and do some stats tools. I thought, let me bring in location as well. Let me go and take and see if I can go and group these stores together into clusters. Because not every store sells everything the same. If I go to store A, they might only sell cell phones or handsets. If I go to another store, it's more accessories. Another one will be more data. So I went and grouped these stores together, not just based on their properties and all the little variables, but also based on spatial location. So it puts the Northern Cape stores separate from the Western Cape stores and the Gauteng stores. Came up with very nice analysis at the end. So I could go and see, for instance, that the millennials, that's now me, okay, the younger people, okay, as you can see. Why is the oil of Olay not working? You see. So the younger people, I mean, what do they go for? They always want the latest cell phone, they want the best cell phone. I mean, they're tech savvy, they know how it works. So they actually fall into the same group. Then I had another group, which was the Generation X. Chris, I mean, I think you may be in that group. I'm not going to say any other names or anything because I have to still face you guys afterwards. Those guys don't really care about the latest phone. All right, all they want to do is maybe send a message to their nephew or their grandchildren or whatever the case might be. So it doesn't matter if it's got a 400 megapixel camera, it must just do FaceTime or a WhatsApp call. Another thing is, this millennial group, they have access to fiber, so they don't have to go to the store and just buy data. They can go, they've got fiber at the office, fiber at the home. Generation X, they think fiber is something that you eat for breakfast, you know. Yeah, let's stop there. So the big problem is, and they also have these old phones. I mean, I think Aki talked about it on, when was it? Monday evening, Tuesday evening, Wednesday? I don't know where we are now. Tuesday evening. The Nokia 5110, who remembers that phone? Yeah, who still has one of those? Come. Yeah. I know the battery lasts 4 years and 7 days, okay, so you don't even know where the charger is, but that thing can't do anything else. So we had to go and cluster these stores together, group it together, so that the marketing people from a service provider can know, here I must put iPhone 11 Pro, but this store, I can only put iPhone or Samsung or whatever else. You need cheaper models. Big moment came in, or the eureka moment, is when I could show to the CIO of the company a very nice dashboard. People love, we always want to make things so complex, but putting points on a map and go and make it different colors, and he's like, oh, it's my stores you've got then. I'm like, yes, it's your stores, but it's not only that. I'm like, the blue stores is the people that's tech savvy, the people that's on the ball. They want to have the latest technology, so you need to stock better products there or the more expensive things. The other stores, the orange ones, for instance, that is for the much older people in there. So you need to know how to go and group. And it was interactive dashboard. You can, I mean, you guys all build dashboards. You could click on the orange graph on the left-hand side, where it was the more older people, for instance, and it will go and bring back all those stores. So they know exactly where they have to go. And not problem stores, but what stores they have to go and give attention to. After all, they wanted to go and make more money. Also, they thought if they go and upgrade all the stores to a new store and make them much bigger, they're going to get more money. That wasn't even one of the top variables that came through at the end. Big thing that was, for instance, number of transactions. Now, I thought in the beginning, transactions same to revenue, but it isn't, because if I have a tech-savvy people, the millennial groups, it's 5 transactions and you get to 100,000 Rand, 20,000 Rand a phone, okay? The other one, Generation X, that's 400 transactions, because what did they go and buy at the store? Data to phone grandchildren. So it's much larger transactions or more, but it's very or smaller in money or revenue. So at the end, they didn't go and make that much more money. Also, by upgrading all these stores, and by upgrading a store, it's difficult. You have to find a bigger store in a mall. You have to go and check at your lease contract, it's not expired. You have to go and look at all those variables. One of the big things that came back is also the number of sales staff. I mean, don't you guys just love it when you walk in a store and Cindy is standing there? No, I don't really see you. It's like, please don't come to me. Are you going to go back to one of those stores if you don't get service? Like, sometimes you have to, because I mean, it's the only one that is there. But you want to go to the stores that's going to give you good service. Another thing, I just thought we put a little pensioner discount in there. For the stores that had demographics, much older people around them, you want to go and maybe have pensioner discount. When is pensioner day? That's funny. Dis nie Woensdae nie. I think it's Wednesday. I'm not 100% sure. So you can take out that pensioner card, that ID that says, I'm like 78 years old, and you can go swipe it and get much bigger special. So you can't go to any store, dump products, and think they're all going to do the same. You have to go find out what specifically make that store tick. Also, things that we didn't have in a database: customer service, the soft skills, other data. So I said to the guys, this is the first round of analysis. I would love to come and do it again, and we need the following data from you. So they're going to try and do that now. I mean, at the end, after all, they just wanted to make money, and hopefully by grouping these together, I could try and save them some money or make them more money at the end. Is that?